Hi, this is Kayla Norris with 5Features. Today we're introducing you to Harvey Pediatrics and one of their physicians, Dr. DePalma. She's talking about the importance of the back-to-school routine. Be sure to like and share this post to be entered for your chance to win a $100 spa gift card. Thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Jennifer DePalma from Harvey Pediatrics, and I'm here today to talk to you about back to school. It's homework time. So getting back to school means getting back to the books, and that can be fun for some kids, not so fun for other kids. But I want to give you some tips about making homework a good experience for your children. It's really important to have a consistent workspace for them. So some kids are lucky enough to have a desk in their room or a desk in the corner of a playroom, but it doesn't even have to be that. They just need somewhere that is clear of distractions, and that can even be at the kitchen table every day. As long as you clear the table and you get some of the things that could distract them from their homework away from them. It's also incredibly important to turn off the TV while your children are trying to do homework. I have a lot of kids in the office, or I have a lot of parents in the office who have told me, my kid has all this trouble doing their homework, and I ask about the environment around them as they're trying to concentrate on their homework, and the parents say, well, I'm cooking dinner and the TV is on and the twins are playing on the floor making noise. And I'm thinking, I wouldn't be able to concentrate in that situation either. I can't personally do any kind of book work if the TV is going in the background, and that's true for a lot of kids. So I would really recommend finding that workspace for your children to do their homework in, but making sure that the distractions are really tuned down. The other thing that can help kids with homework is good old encouragement. A lot of kids get very frustrated when they're doing their homework because they're learning new concepts. And when someone learns a new concept, it can get very frustrating. And I think it's really important that we teach kids something called frustration tolerance and resiliency. Meaning, when you find your kid getting really angry at their homework or really angry at themselves, how can we kind of reframe that moment to look at it as a learning opportunity? So if you find your kid gritting their teeth and throwing their pencil and trying to quit doing their homework, how do we say, okay, I know this is hard, but you're learning something brand new, and wait till you see how it feels when you finally understand this for real. So as your child gets ready for the school year, if they have any medical needs or any medications that they take on a daily basis or on an emergency basis, the school is going to need to know all of those details. Usually the school has a form that they will give you for you to fill out a portion of and to have your doctor fill out a portion of, and then return to the school. Please remember to give we pediatricians enough time to get those forms done accurately for you. So usually a week or 2 weeks or even 3 weeks ahead of the school year starting is great. If you can get those forms to the office, that'll give us the time to look in your children's chart to make sure that we have all of their medications correct and their medical conditions correct, and then to get that form back to you. Please write clearly on the forms. Remember, this is a really important mode of communication between you, the doctor, and the school nurse. And if you just rush through and don't write clearly, there's a chance that a medical error could occur. So please write very, very clearly on those forms. Your doctor and your school nurse will very much thank you for that. Remember that some of the forms that you might need for school are going to be physical examination forms. So for example, before a child starts kindergarten, they typically need a full exam, and we need to document that and give it to you on a piece of paper. They usually need vaccine records, and very importantly, children that have any sort of emergency condition or a condition that could lead to an emergency, they typically need some sort of emergency plan. And so those conditions are typically allergic reactions, asthma, and seizures. And so make sure that you have enough of the medication that is necessary on hand and that you give to the school nurse, and make sure that it's not expired. That's also going to be very important. Make sure that if you feel like there are very special circumstances that you want the school nurse to understand about your child, make sure that you give him or her a call and talk over the medical circumstances of your children's medical history. One topic that I want to talk about for a couple of minutes is bullying. It can be a major issue for a lot of kids, and it can be a major cause of stress and school avoidance and all sorts of physical problems even for kids, because sometimes when they're so stressed out from a bullying situation, they can have stomach aches, they can have headaches, they can have all kinds of problems. And so remember that bullying is when one child picks on another over and over again. And it can be verbal, it can be physical, it can be social, and it can be in person or on the internet. And some things to think about if your child is being bullied is to, first of all, talk to the school right away. We absolutely have to make the school aware of what is potentially going on so the school can help problem solve, can help look out for your child, can intervene with the bully. It's also really important to make sure that your children are comfortable talking to adults about the bullying. And so I usually recommend that parents talk about bullying before it ever becomes an issue. Tell them about what it means to be bullied, what it means to bully others, and what bullying can look or feel like so children understand when they are being bullied. And it's also important to talk about how bullying can make you feel, and that it is okay to express those feelings to an adult that you trust, and how important it is to express those feelings to an adult you trust. I also want to mention that sometimes, we hate to admit this, but sometimes your child is the bully. And it's really important to make sure that your children understand that bullying is never okay. I think it's important to have firm guidelines, firm expectations that that is not the kind of behavior that you expect from them. It's also, though, important to understand why your child might be bullying another child. They might be bullying someone else because they themselves are being bullied. And so they feel powerless to their bully situation, but now they feel powerful when they're bullying another kid. So make sure you ask why they're doing it. Maybe they themselves are feeling some emotional distress that you weren't aware of, and they're taking it out on other kids. So it's really important to dig into the why with your own child. The other thing is to make sure that you use non-physical discipline when dealing with your children who are bullying others. Because one thing that we want to teach our kids is that if you're bullying someone else, whether it's physical or verbal, that as parents, we're not turning around and showing those same behaviors, almost bullying our own kids, if you will. Make sure that you praise your child when you see them behaving in really positive ways. And so some of those things might be when you see them helping other kids, when you see them being kind to their siblings. And make sure that you really encourage empathy with your children. So if they've been bullying someone else, or even if they see bullying happening at school, you might ask them, how would that make you feel if it was you? How would that make you feel if it was your little sister? How would that make you feel if it was your best friend? And sometimes when you can get kids to think outside themselves, when they can put themselves in another kid's shoes, sometimes it really helps for them to understand how their bullying might be making another kid feel. It is really important to model good behavior for your kids, and as much as possible to try to avoid acting or behaving aggressively or negatively to other people to express your feelings. Kids model us, and so if they see us acting aggressively or see us acting really negatively or saying mean things about others, they're going to learn that, and they're going to potentially turn around and do it to others. And so if you can look at yourselves and say, what can I do to be a really good role model? I think that's really important. And then finally, if your child is bullying other kids, make sure that you're working with the school to help remedy the situation. So saying, okay, I understand that this is going on, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that both my child and your child are well taken care of and are happy and healthy and succeeding in school.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed all of these tips from Dr. DePalma about getting into the back to school routine. Be sure to like and share this post to be entered to win a $100 spa gift card. Thanks for watching.